everybody, welcome back, or if you're new here, my name's Charlotte, welcome to the channel. Over here it's all about myself and my family's love for Florida and the theme parks, Disney, Universal, you name it, we love it. There's also a bit of lifestyle thrown in, day-to-day life and just general family fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, please do subscribe to the channel and hopefully you enjoyed this video. So if you are a regular viewer of the channel, or if you follow me over on Instagram, which I'll link below if you don't, because you should, I do share lots of fun stuff over there, so come join me. But yeah, if you are familiar already, you may already know that I have a Florida trip booked. It is very, very soon. Well, I say very soon, we're in double digits now, guys, which for me is quite soon. And at the rate this year is flying, and I mean flying past us. How is it almost July, by the way? I don't know. But this trip is going to come around before we know it. And I'm so excited. I've started to get a few questions from you guys over on Insta and in the comments and things about who, what, when, where, basically where am I staying, what am I doing, what's this. So this video is going to give you a bit of insight into my planning of this trip and all of those details. One thing that sets this trip apart from most of my, well, all of the Florida travel series that are already on my channel, and there's actually quite a few now, I've got quite a little backlog going on, but I've never before filmed a solo trip to Florida. And if you didn't already know, this trip is solo. It's just me, myself and I heading to the Sunshine State for 5 days. And whilst this is the first solo trip that I have actually vlogged, it's not my first solo trip. I've done it before to Walt Disney World. I stayed at All Star Sports for a week back in 2018, 2017 time. Loved it, had the best time, met some amazing people, made some lovely, lovely memories, and I'm ready to do it all again. But this time down the road at Universal. So you may be wondering why I'm going solo, why isn't Rob coming, why isn't Paisley coming? And the reason is, one, for Paisley, if this is a Halloween Horror Nights trip, I'm going purely for Halloween Horror Nights. As I say, I'm going for 4 nights, 5 days. It's not a child-friendly trip, and Paisley's actually with her dad on the weekend where I'm going, so I've added extra days either side, and it's not actually going to affect our schedule too much at all. She's at school, and yeah, she'll be having fun elsewhere. Rob, on the other hand, has gone crazy and tells me that he's had enough Florida for now. I mean, we've been 3 times since the borders opened back in 2022. And he just says he can kind of take it or leave it, and he'd rather save his money for something else. So that's fair enough. And he says he'll be back in 2025 when Epic Universe opens, which by the way looks insane. Like, if you've not seen the progress videos and the pictures cropping up on the internet, go and pop it into Google search, because that park is gonna knock the socks off anything else in Orlando. In my opinion, it's going to be crazy. So I'm actually flying with British Airways, which I do more often than not. We've been with Virgin a few times now, and I personally just find that BA come up more reasonably priced, and I have a Avios collection growing, which is the air miles that British Airways offer. And the more air miles you get, you can actually take money off of your flight cost or off of your seat booking, which I actually did on both parts on this trip. So I'm flying hand luggage only, which is kind of insane. I actually don't know why I did that, because guys, if you know me, I don't pack lightly, so that's going to be a challenge in itself, which I'll face nearer the time. But yeah, that was cheaper, and then I booked my seat using Avios as well, so I know where I'm sitting purely because I'm on my own. I like to know these things. I like to know where I'm sat, what I'm doing, who I'm near. Well, I don't know who I'm near, but I know, yeah, I'm not squeezed into the corner, squished between 2 other people. I'm like on an end seat, so super happy with that. BA flies into the new Terminal C, and with my hand luggage, won't even have to wait for luggage. At Terminal C, you go off the plane to the luggage and then through customs. I'll be whizzing through. I'll be like a little leaf flying through the wind. I'll be straight through security and out into the beautiful sunshine, and that's going to be good. That's one benefit of flying hand luggage only. I am staying at Universal, and originally I'd booked Universal's Dockside Inn, which is one of the newer 2 resorts. So you've got Dockside and Surfside Inn, which are Universal's most value resorts. They're a little bit down the road on International Drive, and they look really, really good, and the prices are so reasonable. And whilst I do want to stay there in the future, I actually changed my booking just a couple of weeks ago. Reason being, reason being, I booked on a website called Travel Republic, which is really, really good. You can secure your hotel for like £15–20 and pay it off monthly. The prices are so competitive, actually. It's the cheapest I found it. And I'd booked my hotel, and just a couple of weeks ago, as I say, I was having a little skim around, just seeing what the prices were doing. Had they gone up? Had they come down? What was going on? And Aventura, where we actually stayed last year, I'll link that video somewhere on the screen if you haven't watched it already. But Aventura, which I love, and it was so perfect for a Halloween Horror Nights trip, was only £25 more than Dockside. And when I actually booked the trip and booked my hotel, it was £200 more. So it seemed crazy to me not to just upgrade that little bit to Aventura. It's a small resort. Last year at Halloween Horror Nights, there was not one wait for the bus. They were frequent. There was hardly any waiting around at the food court. And it was just, I like what I know, and I'm familiar with Aventura, so I thought that would be a sensible choice, and I'm super excited to stay there again. And this time I hope to enjoy Bar 17, which is at the top of the Aventura Resort. It's a rooftop bar and terrace, so can't wait to check that out because we did actually have time last time. In terms of the parks I'll be visiting this time, and I know I've said it 100 times before, like on my last couple of trips, that it's a Universal trip. This is Universal exclusive. I'm only there for 5 days. I've got an annual pass. I'm on my own. It's for Halloween Horror Nights. I've got no intention of going anywhere else park-wise. Because I've got my annual pass, I haven't had to pay for tickets, which really brings the cost down. Similarly for flights, it's just me to worry about. And as I say, the hotel was really reasonable. So I'm trying to keep costs to an absolute minimum. So I'll be dotting between Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure. I'll be about on City Walk. I am likely to go shopping. Not that I can buy much because I won't fit it in my suitcase to come home, will I? Because I haven't got one. But yeah, I'll be doing some exploring while I'm there as well. I actually would really like to go down to Disney Springs one evening. Well, probably not an evening, a day. Maybe my first night or like during the day. I want to go to Disney Springs and I want to go to World of Disney and Blaze Pizza and just get my little sprinkling of Disney over at Disney Springs. But yeah, purely Universal, and I'm gonna love it. Now, I'm actually going towards the end of September, which is a little bit risky because, again, if you watched last year's series, there was a great big hurricane. Hurricane Ian literally hit Florida the day we were due to fly in, which was like Wednesday the 28th or something like that. And then it was all very, very hit and miss as to whether or not we'd get there on our rescheduled date, which was the Friday the 30th. And when I tell you that was stressful, that's an understatement. I could not cope with that level of stress, and I'm very surprised we actually got there because the airport opened about an hour before our flight landed, so we were quite lucky in the end. The hurricane damage to the actual Orlando area wasn't that bad, but why I'd go ahead and book a trip at the same time, I honestly don't know, but that is exactly what I did. So keep everything crossed that the hurricanes stay away from Florida this year for everybody's sake. But yeah, other than that, it was a really nice time to go. The weather after the hurricane was actually divine. It was so sunny every single day, perfect. The crowd levels weren't too bad at all, and I'm hoping it'll be the same again this year. Those days just worked for me, like Paisley wise and avoiding October half term. Things get more expensive around the half term and then again around actual Halloween. Didn't want to go earlier because, again, earlier on in September it can be quite rainy. There's quite a high risk for hurricanes in August, September time. So yeah, that's why I settled on those dates. And I've also got friends there at the same time, so whilst I'm going solo, I'm not actually gonna be alone very much at all. I've got plans with like 3 or 4 different sets of friends. I'm going to Horror Nights with them, going to spend some time in the parks with them, so it's just going to be very, very fun. The thing I'm most excited for is obviously Halloween Horror Nights, because you guys know I absolutely love it. I've been going every year since 2014, obviously missing the pandemic year, which is so sad. That was the 30th anniversary, but we couldn't go in the country, so I had no choice. But yeah, I'm very excited. There's some good houses announced already. We have Chucky and The Last of Us, which were both very good TV series. The Last of Us is actually based on the video game, but it's all going to be the same, and Chucky is based on the TV series rather than the film. But the TV series was really good as well. There's rumours going around for some more excellent houses, like I've heard Insidious maybe, and Megan as a Blumhouse production, which they did last year with The Black Phone and Freaky, and that was really good. I think we're quite likely to get a Universal Monsters house. Maybe this year it will be like Dracula or the Phantom or the Creature of the Black Lagoon. We'll see. Nothing's been announced yet. There's rumours there'll be another music house, because last year the Weekend house I think was a bit of a surprise as to how much everybody absolutely loved it. We loved it. It was so much fun. And this year, Lady Gaga is actually rumoured. Like, everything I'm saying now, other than chuck in The Last of Us, is pure speculation. Like, I keep up with all the spec maps and stuff online, and this is the kind of things that they're saying. They're also rumouring another Exorcist house, which I love The Exorcist. Like, it's obviously a classic, but we had an Exorcist house not so many years ago, so I don't personally need to see another one just yet. I could take or leave that. If I could have my ultimate house, it would be Freddy Krueger, because he's my fave, and also It the Clown, but I know that Universal have struggled to get the rights to that IP in the past, so I don't think we'll see It the Clown, but I'll take any clown. I mean, clowns are super scary, so I'd love if there was anything to do with a clown at Horror Nights this year. I'm also crazy excited to experience the new Minions Land. So it's a whole new area in Universal Studios Florida. There's a load of new eateries such as Bake My Day, Minions Cafe, which have some super cute, well themed snacks, so I'm really excited to try those. The new attraction, Minion Blast, should be open by the time I get there as well, so that will be awesome to get to experience that. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be back there. Florida is my happy place and I love it, especially at spooky season, which is my absolute favourite time to visit ever. Love it so much. And the vlogs from this series, guys, I'm going to go into a lot of detail. It's just me, so usually when I'm vlogging I'm conscious of Paisley and Rob and the people around me, because they don't necessarily want to just stop and keep filming and talking to a camera. This time it's just me, so I'm going to need you guys to keep me company. I'm going to be filming everything. I'm going to be going into detail about all the little things, so if there's anything you want to know specifically from this vlog series about Universal Resort, Halloween Horror Nights, Aventura, British Airways, anything like that, let me know in the comments of this video and I'll be sure to include it in the vlogs. I also want to know who else is going out to Florida for spooky season this year, especially around the end of September time, because I'd love to know and I'd love to say hi. If you guys are out there at the same time, keep an eye out and let me know, and I will too, and we can say hi, because I love to meet you guys out in the parks. Hopefully we get some more Horror Nights announcements soon, and this trip's just gonna come around so fast. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do be sure to subscribe to my channel to help us grow, and so that you're notified when you get these new Florida vlogs and Halloween content that will be coming so soon. Take care everybody, and I'll see you real soon. Bye guys.